700, 500. How much can I pay for 500? How much? Just one second. Okay. Pero, claro que como lo digo mío,
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jets and the Commanders, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
The season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week. And neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
These guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up. Next man up. These teams know it. The players know it. You hear the talk, but then you got to walk it, and this team is. I know it's early, but this is looking like a group who could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't grow too much longer.
On first down, it's Jones to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. On the shotgun, it's Jones. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Hall running between the tackles. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. The toss right side to Hall. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Rookie out of Washington making that tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
He's got his man, that's Travis Kelce. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Finds his target, Patterson. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker. Now here's a look at his production from last week and the part he played in his offense's victory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Daniels from the pistol. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jets will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 4. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Throwing here, Jones. Cut near the goal line. And in, touchdown, New York. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. And a big setback for them to overcome early, Brock, giving them points off that interception. And for a quarterback, a tough way to start the game as well. They got to shake that off.
Yeah, but this is where you really do start to see just the cream of the crop. The quarterbacks that are the best in this league flush, no matter what the circumstances are. But especially the negative ones, you flush them away and you go persevere.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. Got a man, Patterson has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now Daniels off the play action. to the 29 before the stop. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. Again, Daniels to the air. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Look at that work, churning those legs, driving across the 15. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. That's up and through for the point after. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
That type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of the season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
From the 35 on second down. On target to Godwin. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Here's Jones to throw. Henry on the catch. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Now Jones. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this run gets across the 20 to about the 21. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they can go ahead. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Daniels. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This is ahead for about 5. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard.
Play fake here. Daniels. This one finds Kelsey. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's in the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. To throw, Daniels. Forced out to his right. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Now, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the market gate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
Finds him on the crossing route. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. Pushing for the end zone. And he lost the football. It's not loose. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be their best friend, and this is one of those times where that best friend delivered.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That one right down the middle. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now here comes the New York offense. And they're going to be looking for a little redemption after their interception last drive led to a tie ball game, 14-all. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Hall takes it straight ahead. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. On the shotgun, it's Jones. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Jones. That's caught for the first. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Jones. He'll get this to Henry. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2nd and 3 now. And go play fake with Jones. Caught near the goal line. He has the New York touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Cook to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Daniels from the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Patterson in motion right. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down from the red zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders tie this game at 21. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. On 1st down, it's Jones to throw. Stiff arm success. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 2nd and 1. Hall there to haul it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. That's taken in by Henry. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. The Jets take their first time out. They've got 1st down from the 31. Again, Jones to the air. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing here, Jones. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets take the lead just before halftime. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Cook to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Daniels on 1st down. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Commanders will have a first. Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his play's really elevated the start his pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So at the end of 2, well, the teams are ready, the fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Play fake here, Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Quincy Williams has it. And the Jets take over as he records his 10th career INT. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pressure comes, Jones. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Hall has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. Catch made by Allen. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone. So now, here's 3rd and goal. We get a look now, Brock, at their picks from this year's draft, a group that they've been more than willing to say they are very excited about bringing in. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets push their lead further to start the half. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. On now is Cook to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
3rd and short, Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to...
Oh, no, they get him yet again! Picked off by DJ Reed. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They go play fake with Jones. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets parlay the interception into points. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Jets push their lead to 18.
Commanders 24.
On now is Cook to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. Taking a deep shot here. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Dump off caught by his back. Escapes a defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. And they pick him off again! And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one's complete, right side. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Derek Forrest able to make the stop. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Jones now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one's cut along the left sideline. That one hits for 30. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
This one falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Looking slant route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's 4th down.
They just get the play off. Rolling left, buying some time. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. A nice... First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. Jukes out a one-stop, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Jets.
Here's Hall once more. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he gets them down to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Now Jones. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
To number 89. It's a gain of 6. First down.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Jones. Finds his target, Hall. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that stretches the lead to 21. On now is Cook to kick this away.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Daniels. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they pick him off again. And the Jets get it as he makes his 3rd interception in this game. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
They go right back to Hall. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Running this with Hall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Asked for a little bit more on that one. As that running back's come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
We have an injured player down, so we'll take a pause. Looks like it is Chris Godwin they're tending to after the play. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They run. Here's Hall. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. It's Hall on the carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Jones now on 3rd down. Connecting on the slant. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
First down, Jets.
Here's Hall. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's a give to Hall. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. 3rd down give to Hall. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays. Moving the chains that time. So it's a road win for the Jets. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work.